What's up, Fitchburg? Tim Foley here, standing in front of Landry Arena, the training facility here at Fitchburg State. Well, spring's right around the corner, and that means baseball season's just upon us. The baseball team's inside, getting ready for this upcoming season. Let's go inside and go catch up with Coach and some of the players. Standing alongside Fitchburg State head baseball coach Sean Manfredo. Now, Coach, this is going to be your third season. It'll be your second full season. Talk about what you're excited about the most in regards to some of the new players that you're bringing in this year.
Sure, and obviously coming off of a good season last year, winning the conference regular season championship, hosting the tournament, we were able to bring in a nice recruiting class, but also a good solid amount of guys who are returning. So some of the graduate students like Richie Sharp is back, Matt Ambrosino are going to anchor our pitching staff, and then add those into a couple of good transfers and a really nice freshman class. I'm excited about what we have.
Talk a bit more about that veteran core that you have this year. You talked about Sharp and Ambrosino, some of the other guys on this roster too. What do they bring to the table?
Yeah, so our infield, we're bringing back Jamie Velez at second base. We have Jackson Vale at third base, and Vinny Aramo behind the plate. So bringing back three core guys who started last year really is going to help us out. We have a transfer at first base named Zach Malak, who's going to be great. He's a junior. And then shortstop is an open competition. Zach Morris is coming back from injury. We've got some really good freshmen as well. But having those guys who know the plays, know the system, know the expectations, that's going to make a big difference for us.
You talked about making it to the MASCAC championship last season, and a big part of why that team was able to do so well is you had Player of the Year Zach May. You also had one of the greatest to don the green and gold, Nick Cordeaux, and the way he was able to play. Those guys are gone. What's going to fill in that gap, and what do you see as one of the big strengths of this season's team going to be?
Sure. So we have some new guys that are going to do a great job replacing them, but in addition to that, it's the returning players who are going to get a step better. So, those guys we mentioned earlier on the infield, but then you add in Farrell in the outfield now as a senior. Chris Mast is back for his junior season after a full year off from military duty. He's a big bat for us. All of those guys coming back together, plus the additions, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape offensively.
All 8 programs are expected to be back in action this season in the MASCAC, full slate of 21 conference games. Talk about what you expect the conference to look like this season.
I think we're going to have a very strong and deep conference. Last year some of the teams that were towards the middle or bottom half were very young, so you expect some of those teams to get significantly better. Some of the teams that are in the top half with us are bringing back experienced players just like we are. We talk about the Westfields and the Salems that were in the mix there at the end with us when we were fighting for the regular season championship. But then the other teams, the Bridgewaters, the Framinghams, those guys were very young last year. So you're looking at some of those players getting better. And then Mass Maritime and MCLA not competing. Be interested to see what they have. I haven't had them in my 3 years so far.
And then a big spring training trip coming up here in just a few weeks. Talk about what that does for the team to be able to go down to Florida for a week and kind of enjoy some baseball.
Yeah, we've got 9 games on the schedule down in Florida, 2 games scheduled for next Saturday against Colby Sawyer before we head down. So we'll be able to get a quarter of our schedule out of the way within 2 weeks. So that's very important. It's important for us to realize that those are real games. It's not spring training. You're used to that in the MLB, and maybe not this season with the lockouts. But these games count. So when we open up the first day here, a week from Saturday against Colby Sawyer, those games count. And then you go down to Florida. We've got a really strong schedule. Our pitching staff's going to be tested like it always is. You need 7 starters. We were looking at the rotation-wise. We've got 2 doubleheaders. It's going to be tough. It's going to be fun.
Now, Richie, this is your 4th year of eligibility. You've been around this program for quite some time now. Talk about the decision to come back and commit to another year here at Fitchburg State.
It was really quite simple, Baseball has been the sport I love since I've been a little kid, and the job's not done. I came here to win a championship. We came up short in the last 2 years, so just want to get it done this year.
Traditionally, you've been a pitcher here throughout your career at Fitchburg State, but last year we actually saw you pick up the bat and swing it a couple times last season. Are we going to see that again this year?
Yeah, that's the plan. That's in the plans. It was a lot of fun, so want to do it again for sure, yeah.
Zach, you're an upperclassman now. You're returning from injury. Talk about some of the excitement for you personally as you start to return back to this season.
Last year was like a tease almost because I got in there it was my first real season starting and everything, and that injury really messed everything up. But I can't wait to get back on the field and showcase my skills and show everyone what I got.
Yeah, just say the excitement is like coming back and having a full season, you know, like really getting back into the grind that we used to be in. Not the COVID one where we're like shut off half the week and whatnot. And really just getting back with all the boys, like a full team, having everyone and, you know, every game that we got.
You know, being upperclassmen now, we got a lot of younger guys, like 23 freshmen or something. So you got to be a leader. Me, Vinny, and Farrell, you know, taking charge. Jamie, some of the other older guys, Richie, Vale. You know, we're all trying to take charge and get this team go all the way.
Having gone to the MASCAC championship back-to-back years, what's the mentality coming into this season now?
Don't come up short this year. Came up short the last 2 years, and the group of guys we got, we can definitely do it. So it's going to take a lot of hard work, but we're ready for it, and we're going to do it. So
all I know is the people that have been there and through it all just want to win that last game, want to win it all. And that we just got to teach these younger guys that, because we got 30-something freshmen. We just got to teach them that we're right there. We're right there with all the other teams. We're right there at the end, and we just got to give it that little extra, you know, that little extra effort and give it all.
So one of the things I'm curious to know right off the bat is just how are you settling into kind of the rhythm of being a student athlete here on campus, balancing school and athletics?
Yeah, I'm settling in great. It's definitely a big change since high school. You know, high school is a lot more high paced. You have a bunch of free time to do schoolwork and stuff. And then when you get to the athlete part, it's a big difference from high school, and I think I'm settling in great. I enjoy it here a lot.
Just making sure that I'm on top of all my academics, making sure that I have everything turned in so that when it's time to roll into baseball, I can get locked in, ready to go, don't have to stress when I get out of practice.
What was it that helped you to decide that Fitchburg State was the right place for you to come and play college baseball?
Definitely the workout facility. You know, we have a nice facility here that we could get in, get ready to go, along with the strength coach. I was able to meet him when I took a tour. And definitely the campus, you know, everything's relatively close to each other, and then just the program in general, how very close the coaches are going to be, you know, teaching us and developing us throughout the season.
So a lot went into the decision to come here. I had a few other options. I really enjoyed Coach Manfredo's way of recruiting me. He was very passionate about his recruiting, the winning tradition here, obviously. Just a great overall academic and athletic excellence they have here at Fitchburg.
All right, now very important question here. This is a very important question. Here. Have you picked your walk-up song yet?
I have not yet, but I got a few in mind.
Any sort of hints as to what it might be?
No hints.
No artists?
You'll find out.
All right, we'll find out.
I'm in between two songs. It's going to be a surprise. But yeah, between two songs right now. So.
Can you give us the artist?
Audio Slave and then Cousin Stiz.
Okay. All right. He performed here. Cousin Stiz. He did.
I have not actually. I got to get on that soon. But I know we're gonna pick a lot of these little freshmen. We're gonna pick up their walkouts and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good year.
Oh, the freshmen don't get to pick their own?
We pick them. We pick those for the freshmen, first timers.
What'd they give you your freshman year?
I got Baby Shark. Everyone remembers that song, Baby Shark. So you got to give it back to the freshmen, you know.
Now I've heard that the freshmen don't get to pick their walk-up songs this year, but I'm curious, if you were able to choose, what would your walk-up song be?
I think my walk-up song would be Big Drip by 5EO Foreign.
Okay, is that clean? Can we play that right now, or?
It has its parts. I wouldn't really play it, but
The only one I have at the top of my mind, I had two, but I kind of let one go. But the one I have at the top of my mind is Shooter by Playboi Carti featuring Lil Uzi. You know, that just song gets me going, gets me hyped.
It looks like the team's ready, and you can follow along with the action all season long at FSU Falcons BSB on both Twitter and Instagram, and watch every live stream through the Falcons Sports Network on the Fitchburg State Athletics website. I'm Tim Foley from Landry Arena saying so long until next time.